Dancer, choreographer, and percussionist Myriam Eli has dedicated her career to researching, performing, and teaching Sephardic and Middle Eastern dance and music to communities throughout Florida and around the world. Middle Eastern dance is a broad term for the many folk-based dances originating in the Middle East and North Africa. Myriam is a master of the Danse Orientale, a folk dance from Turkey, characterized by circular motions of the torso and rhythmic movements of the hips. Myriam's background melds multiple histories and folk traditions from Europe, Latin America, and the Middle East that she has not only worked to preserve, but to which she has also brought a 21st century perspective. Born in Havana, Cuba, Myriam's family reflects the rich cultural diversity of Jewish peoples in Latin America. Her mother's family were Ashkenazi Jews who immigrated from Eastern Europe. Her father's side brought a rich Sephardic heritage with them to Cuba from Istanbul. Myriam's early childhood was filled with the Middle Eastern music and conversation in the Judeo-Spanish language Ladino. This was her father's first language and the language her grandfather used when he presided over Passover Seders. Dance was a family tradition.
My grandmother and her sisters used to dance the Oriental, what they call Oriental in Turkey, the Middle Eastern type dance.
Several years after the Cuban Revolution, Myriam's family left for the United States and eventually settled in San Juan, Puerto Rico.
When I was a teenager in Puerto Rico, we got a record player. My mom bought an Israeli record, and it had a Greek song, and that Greek song just inspired me to dance what I thought would be Oriental dance.
In college, she studied modern dance and ballet at Rutgers University in New Jersey. It was around this time that Myriam saw her first Middle Eastern dance performance. It was an experience that changed her life. After she graduated, Myriam moved to New York City to immerse herself in the world of Middle Eastern dance.
Got back to dance classes little by little, and I started taking Oriental dance formally from a teacher named Serena Studios. And eventually I started performing in the nightclubs and restaurants, which was the career path for a dancer in that style.
In New York, she worked and trained with the best Middle Eastern dancers in the city. During this time, she met her husband and collaborator, Joe Zaytunian, an oud and doumbek player. In 1985, they moved to South Florida and co-founded the nonprofit arts organization Harmonic Motion, which for nearly 40 years produced and participated in cross-cultural forms of music, dance, and folk projects. They regularly produce and participate in workshops and performances of Middle Eastern music and dance, including Armenian, Arabic, Sephardic, and Turkish, as well as collaborations with jazz, flamenco, Indian, Greek, Balkan, African, Afro-Cuban, and other traditional music genres. Myriam and Joe turned Harmonic Motion into an internationally acclaimed group and toured across the United States, Latin America, Japan, Turkey, and Europe. In 1989, Myriam was excited to get a call from international pop star Shakira.
So I wound up going to Miami Beach to her condo and training her in the Middle Eastern dance. And then I toured with her in Europe, Latin America, and so on, parts of the U.S.
Myriam has toured globally and has appeared on MTV, Saturday Night Live, the Latin Grammys, The Tonight Show with Jay Leno, and The Today Show. In 2003, Myriam was a master artist in the Florida Folklife Apprenticeship Program, where she taught Middle Eastern dance to apprentice Corinna Finch. In 2022, the Department of State selected Harmonic Motion as Florida Folklife Artist in Residence. During the residency in Tallahassee, Myriam danced and drummed at public school performances, a workshop for graduate students and faculty of the FSU's musicology program, and a concert at the Mission San Luis Living History Museum. Myriam is one of the staunchest defenders of the Sephardic and Middle Eastern dance tradition, but she is also a creative force in the medium. Over the years, she has added original choreography, lyrics, and compositions that suggest a way forward for the art form in the 21st century. Myriam is the recipient of numerous awards and recognitions for her work, including from the New York-based American Academy of Middle Eastern Dance in Broward County, where she performed for students of low-income neighborhoods. In addition to her mastery of Middle Eastern dance, Myriam has also studied flamenco for many years, having performed in various companies. For more than 40 years, Myriam has not only entertained and intrigued tens of thousands of people who have seen her perform live, she has also educated them about the little-known Jewish, Latino, and Ottoman minority that continues to play an important role in the ongoing story of these diasporas. Because of her artistic excellence, her relentless creativity, and her contribution of Sephardic and Middle Eastern dance and music to Florida's folk traditions, the Florida Division of Arts and Culture is proud to present the Florida Folk Heritage Award to Myriam Eli.